matters that have been identified, but nothing of great substance.
David Cleandon.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I'm pleased to rise to speak to this bill and to affirm the Green Party will continue to support the progress of this bill as we have to date. We offer our respect and regards to Ngā Hapu katoa or Ngati Porou, to all of those on both the Crown and the Ngati Porou side who have worked very hard over many decades indeed to bring this settlement to fruition. So, however, as is the case in so many of these bills, our support is somewhat qualified. It's almost given with a degree of regret because we recognise there are so many inherent flaws in the process underpinning the settlement of these bills. As my colleague has just recently mentioned, the danger is that these settlements, rather than being true and just settlements, get downgraded almost to the level of deals, the best deal that can be done on a given day, given the pressure to accept what is on offer at a given time and place, the need to bring to an end in many cases, decades of suffering and recrimination. So one primary problem with these settlements is the issue of large natural groupings. And since 1999, it's been government policy to deal with iwi rather than hapu and whānau. And more recently, there's a clearly stated preference to deal with large natural groupings. This is no secret in the Office of Treaty Settlements advice to claimants. It's spelt out in the well-known so-called Red Book that the Crown strongly prefers to negotiate settlements with large natural groupings of tribal interests rather than individual iwi or whānau or individual hapu or whānau within a tribe. This is done on the basis, we are told, that it's easier to manage and work with, easier to deal with overlapping interests, and it reduces costs for both Crown and claimants. We're also told that in this way then the issues can become more workable around redress and cost effective for these large natural groupings. So it has been argued on many occasions in the court, in the judiciary, in the tribunal and elsewhere that basing policy processes based purely on government definitions without seeking input into the most appropriate social structure, Māori social structure, effectively can be seen as perpetuating breaches rather than resolving them. Choosing to adopt a blanket approach, a very selective approach in the government's determining with whom it will negotiate, has interfered with traditional relationships between iwi, between hapu, in ways which are not helpful and which continue to create new problems. Sir, a few days ago I presented to Parliament a petition relevant to this bill, the petition of Bani Tupara and 1,053 others, who are highlighting that there is a community of people on the East Coast who feel completely excluded from the settlement that is being passed today. This community of people believe that their rights are being transgressed, a continuation of transgressions going back at least to the mid-19th century. It would be extremely unwise of me, with my whakapapa to Ngāpui, to pretend any expertise or knowledge of the debates which are occurring on the coast about who has mana whenua, whose rights are being dealt with. But I do feel, sir, that as an MP I have a duty to put on record the fact that there is a significant community of people on the coast who feel that they have been overlooked. So any failure of the Crown to deal properly in an inclusive way with all of the people, with all Māori, with all interests, will lead to a degradation of respect for the treaty process. We will see less than optimal outcomes, and inevitably, as Māori often say, we'll be back. Having said that, sir, we continue to support this bill and we give our goodwill to Ngati Porou.
Honourable Parakura Horomia.